Hey Bullets YouTube channel.
Hurry up, now tell us why you're here.
AJ Carmendinger and Landon Carsill will both be dropping into the second division of the Piston Cup. And Ricky Speedhouse Jr. would go airborne in training, and now he'll be out for 5 races. Onto the starting grid, where Kurt Busch will start at pole position with Brad Keselowski to his outside. Row 2 has Matt Kenseth and the mean yellow red car, Joey Logano. Row 3 has Lightning McQueen, the defending Piston Cup champion, and Kevin Harvick to his outside. Row 4 has Eric Carmarola, who did really well in qualifying, and Casey Corner to his outside. Row 5 has the top 2 from last week's race, Denny Carlin and Martin Carx Jr. Row 6 has Cal Weathers and Bobby Swift to his outside, both hoping they can win today. Row 7 has Brick Yardley, hoping to get over his bad result last race, and Speedy Comet to his outside. Row 8 has James Garrison and Jimmy Cables to his outside. Both are looking for a win today. Row 9 has Kyle Carson and Brian Vickers to his outside, replacing Tony Gasworth. Row 10 has Rex Revler and Dale Earnhardt Jr. to his outside. Row 11 has Ryan Newcar the Rocket and Doug Throttleman the Jumper. I wonder how they'll do this race. Row 12 has teammates Kyle Busch the mean yellow car, and Carl Edwards to his outside. Row 13 also has another pair of teammates, Sebastian Silva and Billy Carjoy. Row 14 has yet another pair of teammates, Greg People and Trevor Blowlane to his outside. Row 15 has Jamie McCarry and David Raycar, who is on his own team. Row 16 has Todd Marcus and Maury Clutchburn, who is now 35 races away from retirement. Row 17 has Reb Meeker and Arthur Karstroke to his outside, making his first start this season. Row 18 has Clint Bokar and Jamarcus Kakart to his outside. And right behind, in row 19, will be Phil Tankson and Chip Gearings, another pair of teammates. Row 20 has Ernie Gearson, the oldest racer in the Piston Cup at the moment, and Jack DePost to his outside. Row 21 has TG Castlenut and Carl Clutchin, making his second consecutive start this season. And starting in 43rd is Ricky Axel. And these 9 cars, among many others, failed to qualify for this race. But how? On to the race, where Kurt Busch would lead the first 31 laps of the race before losing the lead to Joey Logano, who would lead the field for 2 laps before losing the lead to Lightning McQueen, who would lead for 50 laps before losing the lead to Kevin Harvick, who would take the lead on lap 82, leading for 4 laps before Brad Keselowski would take the lead from him, leading all the way until lap 99, where his teammate Joey Logano would take the lead from him. He would lead for 2 more laps before Lightning McQueen would retake the lead, leading for 32 more laps. But Joey Logano would be 6th as of lap 132, when he wrecks Jamarcus Kakart, why you mean yellow and red car, who would push Lightning McQueen on lap 132, and then would take the lead for himself. But the very next lap, he would lose the lead to Lightning McQueen, who would take the lead and lead all the way until lap 148, where Joey Logano would retake the lead, leading for 3 more laps before Brad Keselowski would retake the lead once again, leading for 3 more laps before Lightning McQueen would retake the lead once again, leading all the way until lap 177, where Joey Logano would take the lead again, and lead for 3 more laps before Cal Weathers would take the lead for himself. He would lead for 20 laps before Matt Kenseth would take the lead from him. He would lead for 9 laps before Lightning McQueen would retake the lead once again, leading all the way until lap 217, where Arthur Karstroke would take the lead off of pit cycles. And then Arthur Karstroke would wreck Joey Logano on lap 217. But there's no cheers, as Joey Logano is not out. And this would lead Piston Cup fans to boo the mean yellow and red car. Jimmy Cables would take the lead on lap 217 and lead all the way until lap 221, where Joey Logano would retake the lead, leading for 3 more laps. But Matt Kenseth would be 9th as of lap 224, where he wrecks Brick Yardley and himself. Now they're both out. Kyle Busch, his teammate, would take the lead on lap 224 and the lead all the way until lap 261. The mean yellow car would fail to wreck Jack DePost on lap 228, and then he would fail to wreck James Garrison on lap 254. Why are you wrecking cars while in the lead? And on lap 257, Brian Vickers would be out because of engine failure. And then after this, Brian Vickers would retire from the Piston Cup. And then on lap 261, Arthur Carstro would go down one lap. And then, while he was a lap down, he would be 39th as of lap 261. When he wrecked Kyle Busch-Tire! Now the mean yellow car is out! And as a result, Piston Cup fans are now cheering Arthur Carstro. Brad Keselowski would take the lead after the restart, leading until lap 271. On lap 262, Arthur Carstro would be back on the lead lap, and then Joey Logano would be 16th as of lap 271. Where he wrecks David Raycar, Todd Marcus, Kyle Carson, and Ernie Gearson. Why, you mean yellow red car? Lightning McQueen would take the lead after the restart and lead for 4 laps before Cal Weathers would take the lead once again, leading for 10 laps before Lightning McQueen would retake the lead, leading all the way until lap 298, where Bad Brad Keselowski would retake the lead, leading all the way until lap 341, where Jimmy Cables would take the lead on lap 341 off of pit cycles. On lap 342, Brad Keselowski would be back in the lead for 2 laps before Lightning McQueen would retake the lead once again, leading all the way until lap 347. And then Arthur Carstro would fail to wreck Joey Logano on lap 347. Jimmy Cables would retake the lead later that lap, leading all the way until lap 352, where the caution flag would come out because Maury Clutchburn would be out on lap 352 because of engine failure. Brad Keselowski would take the lead after the restart and lead all the way until the final lap. TG Castlenut would be out on lap 383 because of a cut tire. And then Joey Logano would push Lightning McQueen with 3 laps to go. But his teammate, Bad Brad Keselowski, would maintain the lead during the final lap and take the checkered flag to win the 2016 Hollywood 400, earning his 6th career victory. His teammate, Joey Logano, the mean yellow and red car, would finish 2nd this race. Craig Shiftwright is happy with this result. Lightning McQueen would finish 3rd this race, Cal Weathers 4th, Speedy Comet 5th, Bobby Swift 6th, Kevin Harvick 7th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 8th, Kurt Busch-Tire 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Phil Tankson. Chip Gearings would be the last car to finish on the lead lap this race, finishing 32nd. And here are the race results of the 2016 Hollywood 400. I already talked about the top 10, but who missed out on the top 10? Casey Corner would finish 11th this race, followed by Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Newcar the Rocket, Jimmy Cables, and Sebastian Silva rounding out the top 15, with Jamie McCarry, Trevor Blowlane, Carl Edwards, Denny Carlin, and Greg People rounding out the top 20. James Garrison would finish 21st this race, earning 100 points. Clement Bokar, Carl Clutchin, Eric Carmarola, and Doug Throttleman the Jumper will round out the top 25, with Billy Carjoy, Rex Revler, Arthur Carstro, Ricky Axel, and Reb Meeker rounding out the top 30, and Jack DePost finishing 31st. Unfortunately, TG Castlenut, Maury Clutchburn, David Raycar, Todd Marcus, Kyle Carson, Ernie Gearson, Kyle Busch-Tire, Brian Vickers, Matt Tarzif, Brick Yardley, and Jamarcus Capehart were unable to finish today's race. And here is the top 20 in points, with Lightning McQueen being the points leader, with Joey Logano 2nd, Kevin Harvick 3rd, Martin Truex Jr. 4th, and Bobby Swift rounding out the top 5. Cal Weathers and Denny Carlin are just barely outside of the top 5, with Brad Keselowski, the most recent winner, being 8th in points at the moment. Kurt Busch-Tire is 9th in points, with Carl Edwards rounding out the top 10. Jimmy Cables is currently 11th, with Ryan Newcar the Rocket in 12th. Casey Corner is currently 13th in points, followed by Phil Tankson. And Jamie McCarry in 15th. Speedy Comet is surprisingly in the top 20 in points. Same with Eric Carmarola. Kyle Busch-Tire is 18th in points, the same as his number. Doug Throttleman the Jumper is currently 19th in points, and Sebastian Silva rounds out the top 20.
Remember to press the notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back, and that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video.
One notable omission you'll see from the top 20 in points is Brick Yardley, and that is because he's had 2 terrible races to start the season. He's not even in the top 40 in points. Let's hope he has a good race next race in the 3rd race of 2016. The video covering that race will be coming out soon enough. Unfortunately, the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine is still going on. The Ukrainian people just want to live in peace and have freedom. But who got in the way of this common dream? The tyrant and bully, Vladimir Putin, who began this unjustified war over 2 years ago. Currently, Crimea, the Donbass, and parts of the Kharkiv, Zaporizhia, and Kherson oblasts are currently under Vladimir Putin's tyranny. This land combines to around 1/5 of Ukraine's territory. But Vladimir Putin is not having a good time at the moment because Ukraine has launched a counterattack into Russian territory, taking parts of Russia's Kursk Oblast. This attack has caught Vladimir Putin off guard, and this is showing the world that Vladimir Putin is not just going to get what he wants for starting unjustified wars. Ukraine has been standing up to Vladimir Putin's tyranny since day one of the war, and Vladimir Putin is now seeing the consequences of starting this unjustified war. We here at the KA Bullets Piston Cup YouTube channel stand with Ukraine in their struggle against Vladimir Putin's tyranny, and also recognize Ukraine's true borders as shown on this map. Although Ukraine has made small gains into Russia, it is also important that Ukraine retakes control over all of the land that is shown on this screen here to achieve victory over Vladimir Putin's tyranny. Slava Ukraini! Heroyam slava! Nechai Shvesya Ukraini перемога! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes! May Ukraine be granted victory very soon.